Hello guys, welcome back once again to this channel as per to attend Indian historical perspective. If I say that a British writer wrote a famous drama on the Indian historical princess, how will you feel? Strange? I am sure that you will feel that it can never be. But I am telling you, I am just convincing you that this is the true fact. In fact, in the 17th century, a British dramatist wrote this famous drama, and the name of the drama is Aurangzeb. So you can imagine that Aurangzeb was the famous Mughal emperor, and on him, John Dryden wrote this famous drama. And the name of the drama Aurangzeb. So here it is quite clear that the titular character is Aurangzeb himself in the drama, and he is in fact the hero who is portrayed here in a quite strange way. So therefore there appears a contentious argument among the critics that whether John Dryden produced the entire historical element into his drama or it was a mere imagination. So here comes another question that is called a poetic license. In poetic license, we come to know that for artistic sake, for artistic pleasure, a dramatist can transform, can change some of the ideas, some of the elements only to give the pleasure. So here John Dryden did the same thing. He transformed, he changed some of the characters, some of the ideas, some of the events in such a way to give the pleasure to the audiences. So therefore John Dryden can never be blamed in any way. Even no critics are willing to give blame on John Dryden because the license, the poetic license, is in the hand of John Dryden. So now comes into the drama. But before entering into the perspective of the drama, just I have a one request, that is to subscribe the channel and share with your friends or colleagues or any others who are willing to have a clear perspective of the history of English literature and NTA NET examination. So now comes into the drama. The drama Aurangzeb was first produced in 1675, but it was not published then in the form of a book. Later, in 1676, this book was published in the form of a book. So, this idea is to be remembered here because in NTN exam, such type of questions are most often asked. So, now comes into the point. We all know that the Mughal emperor who ruled India for merely about 300 years, and they have gave a long kingdom, that is a long territory of India, but the fact is that their crown and their thrones are full of thorn. They most often faced parricide, regicide, or even the killing of brothers and sisters, etc. So, in most of the cases, we have seen such type of element, such type of killing, such type of assassination. But in this case, we also go through the same feelings. We feel that Shah Jahan, the king of the then Mughal emperor, was on the overwhelming position of India, and he was becoming quite aging and similarly also quite weakening. So as a result, his grasp on the entire India was gradually losing. So what happens that there appears the crisis that leads to the dilemma of this drama. We see that the warring princess, that is Shah Jahan, has three sons, as has been shown in this drama. So one is Dara, another is Murad or Murad, and another, the little one, is Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb is the name which means the ornament of a crown. So here we see that Aurangzeb is not at all willing to gain power or to be in the power of India. He expected that he must be loyal to his father Shah Jahan, and he must help him in every perspective. So whenever the play opens in Agra, we see that a character that is Arimant. So who was Arimant? Arimant was the governor of Agra, and he says that Aurangzeb is a man who by no strong person swayed except his love. So it is quite clear that Aurangzeb is only willing to do anything only for his love. So who is the love of Aurangzeb? Whom does Aurangzeb love? So here this question comes, and the answer is that it is Indamura. Indamura is another character in the play, and she is a captive queen brought from Kashmir. So it is quite clear that Indamara was very beautiful, and Aurangzeb loved her very much. And Aurangzeb always expected that his father Shah Jahan will favor him in attaining the love of Indamara. So therefore he most often obeys the orders of Shah Jahan. But the fact is that whenever there was a crisis among his other brothers, especially Dara and Murad, then Aurangzeb also takes part in the fighting, and he first fights against Dara, and as a result, Dara flees from the battlefield, and after defeating Dara, then Aurangzeb goes to fight against Murad, but Murad gives a strong defiance, and whenever there was a long-standing battle between Aurangzeb and Murad, there was a peace treaty, and somehow in a non-challenge condition, their fighting was stopped. But the fact is that in the meantime, whenever there is no fighting between these two brothers, Murad comes to know of Indamara and sees the beauty of Indamara. The fascinating beauty of Indamara was so charming that Murad was even willing to relinquish his own wife. So imagine the role of Indamara. Indamara was so much charming, so much beautiful. And this beauty, in fact, charms Murad that he is willing to leave his wife Melisinde. Murad goes to see Indamara and proposes his love for her, but then Indamara refuses his proposal, saying that she only loves Aurangzeb. In fact, this very articulation, this very saying infuriates Murad very much. But the complication arises more whenever Emperor Shah Jahan himself vouchsafes, himself acknowledges that he also loves Indamara, and therefore the prospect of getting married with Indamara becomes quite difficult for other sons of Shah Jahan. At this Nurmahal is actually the wife of Emperor Shah Jahan. So whenever she comes to know that Shah Jahan is willing to marry Indamara, then she feels a certain kind of jealousy, shows her love and affection towards Aurangzeb. Actually, Aurangzeb is the stepson of Nurmahal. So therefore, at one time we see that Nurmahal tries to seduce Aurangzeb, and at this Shah Jahan captivates Nurmahal in a jail. When Aurangzeb comes to know about the imprisonment of Nurmahal with the help of a messenger, then Aurangzeb tries to rescue her, but the fact is that becomes more infuriating to Aurangzeb that Shah Jahan himself confessed his love for Indamore, and this becomes so much terrible on Aurangzeb that he himself comes to fight against King Shah Jahan. So, whenever there is a fight, it is seen that Shah Jahan flees with Nur Mahal, and Shah Jahan calls Murad to become the king and to be in the power. Whenever Aurangzeb comes to fight, he faces many threats. He attempts to rescue his stepmother, that is Nur Mahal, but in the meantime, Emperor Shah Jahan takes Nur Mahal away to another castle and calls Murad with the intent of becoming a king. So it is quite clear he is not only fighting against Aurangzeb but also playing a political game. Whenever he calls Murad with the intention of becoming a king of India, then it becomes quite dishonorific to Aurangzeb. Initially, Aurangzeb did not try to fight against Murad. He first proposes that he will disband his army on a condition. The condition is that Murad must have to withdraw his own power, own army, and leave the throne only for the emperor. That means that if the king Shah Jahan remains on the throne, then there is no problem at all for Aurangzeb. Despite this proposal, Shah Jahan orders the arrest of Aurangzeb, and this also become quite crucial in the life of Aurangzeb. He was put into prison, and there is no way of getting out from the prison. Outside of the prison, we see that Murad is advancing towards Indamara with the proposal of getting marriage, but Indamara is not at all willing to reciprocate at his proposal. In between the one-sided love affair between Indamara and Murad, there appears the love of emperor. Whenever Murad comes to know that Emperor Shah Jahan himself loves Indamara, then Murad feels a certain kind of apathy, certain kind of inertia towards Emperor Shah Jahan. So, as a result, the bond or the alliance between the emperor and Murad breaks down instantly. After a few days, with the help of Arimant, whose character I have already mentioned to you. In fact, Arimant was the governor of Agra and Indamara. So, Arimant and Indamara helped Aurangzeb to come out from the jail. Initially, after coming out from jail, Aurangzeb suspects Indamara, saying that probably she played some filthy trick to rescue Aurangzeb from the jail. But constantly, Indamara convinces Aurangzeb she is still now pure, still now genuine, and not played any kind of trick with Murad to rescue Aurangzeb from imprisonment. At this time, we see that having lost the favor of Emperor Shah Jahan, Murad rebels against Shah Jahan, and Murad prepares a large number of soldiers to fight against Shah Jahan. And then the helpless emperor seeks the help of Aurangzeb, and instantly Aurangzeb appears there with a large number of soldiers to fight against Murad. Murad got injured, and on the way of escaping, he died. And Nurmahal also poisons herself because she could not bear the pain and the suffering of the death of Murad. But finally, whenever Aurangzeb appears victorious, Shah Jahan offers him both the throne and Indamara. And in this way, Shah Jahan becomes the king of Mughal emperor. So this is the summary of the drama Aurangzeb. I hope that you will get at least some kind of benefit from this video. Thank you once again, and don't forget to subscribe.